I'm putting you and the tent in between me and this creature.
You know what you do? This is what you do. Shout out to everybody. This is what you do. You turn your camera on. Because nothing happens to the cameraman. The cameraman, nothing happens. He will do anything.
Milo, come here. Milo, come here. Do you have something to say to the people? What do you have to say? Say it, Milo. Go ahead. You don't have anything to say? Milo, come here.
Just completely avoiding you.
He was talking so much before.
And now he's like, silent. It's on air sign is on, and he's like, oh shit.
Phineas, do you have anything to say? Phineas?
He's not even looking at you. Aw, the cuties.
Hi, Milo. Do you want to come up?
There you go. Would you like to translate?
He said, fuck you.
Good morning, good evening, and good night to everyone. Welcome back to the Dysfunctional Duo starring Spencer
And Sarah.
And today I would like to make a quick disclaimer that I have cut my own hair recently. So if it is not even in the front, that's not my problem.
If it does not even.
If it does not even.
Do you even in the front?
It's not my problem. Even or not my problem.
I'm going to sound like a true man and say I didn't even notice.
Yeah, it's okay. It was like, it's a trim. When I say I cut my hair, I mean I took like paper scissors to it for a quick little 1-2, and that was it.
Milo, stop hitting my tripod. Milo.
I'm
Milo,
shaking.
come here. Milo, do you want to sit on my lap? Come here.
No. He said no.
Come here.
He almost looks like he wants to, and then he like walks away.
I know, he really
you.
second guesses it. Do you want to?
What the fuck was that?
Lost his voice there. Stop hitting the tripods. Chat.
Relax. Chat, stop doing it.
Milo, come here.
Oh, we got him. Cat cam.
He scratched me. All right. How about that? Lap?
Oh, Dad's nice boy. Can you see him on the camera?
No, you can't.
Oh. Well, fuck.
You can see his little tail, though.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Well, happy Friday.
Happy fries to the day.
Happy Fries Day.
Yeah.
I hope you went out and got some fries.
You should be getting fries every Friday.
Why isn't that like a thing in culture?
I don't know, but honestly, I feel like I'm going to do that.
Who decided that, like, the days of the week were going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Like, who decided that?
I don't know, dude.
Who named them?
You're asking me?
Yeah. You don't know this?
We factually have been incorrect in most of the things we've spoken about on this podcast.
I'm kind of disappointed that you're not aware. That you're not my, like, instant encyclopedia.
Anytime I think about the days of the week, I think about Joey from Friends.
I didn't watch Friends. Not like you did. You're a Friends person. The silence is so loud. Oh my god.
I'm trying to remember what he said, but anyways, that scene makes me think of the days of the week where he's talking about, I think he's talking about Thursday. But wow, I feel like I've hit like a verbal wall this episode.
Should I like zap you back to life?
What does that even look like?
Fuck around, find out. I pull out a fucking taser.
Live on the video.
Sarah's, okay, everybody, hello.
You should never be allowed to have a taser.
Do you think I should have a weapon of my choice?
His claws are so sharp. Oh my god. I love him so much. I'll endure the pain, but not politely.
No. That was pretty polite.
Meanwhile, I'm like,
you hold it
in. What did you ask me?
Should I own a weapon? And if I should, what weapon would it be? I already know what it is. A scythe. A scythe? I don't know. The Grim Reaper looking ass.
A scythe?
Yeah, that one. I like those.
What did you just call it?
A scythe. Escape.
Example 1, why she should not own a scythe.
I know its
You don't even know how to pronounce it.
Doesn't matter. I'll throw it around.
A scythe, really, that's your weapon of choice.
Imagine trying to rob me and I pull out a fucking scythe.
Well, the scythe is like 8 feet tall. So first of all, where are you hiding it?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
Second of all, you're far too accident prone to, like, you would Final Destination yourself with your scythe.
You know it. And, like, but imagine trying to rob someone and they just immediately give themselves back to Jesus in, like, the most horrific way. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to leave this purse.
I'm certain that's happened.
Or you still go through my purse and you find, like, a penny. And you're like, well, that was useless.
Yeah, I don't see you holding a scythe. Maybe, like, a squirt gun.
Oh! Filled with, like... Never mind.
Yeah, I was right there with you, but we shouldn't say it.
You know what it's filled with.
Yeah.
If you don't, put it in the comments.
Guess. This whole time we actually don't know what's a
We
squirt
no
gun.
idea. We're just talking shit.
Yeah, like a little squirt gun.
Okay.
Or like a Nerf gun.
Like in Monster House?
Was it a squirt gun?
Yeah, they had like water guns and they go into the house. They're like, oh
They
my
shoot
god,
the uvula?
that's the uvula. Oh, it's a girl house.
I forgot about
That's a
that.
good fucking movie.
Great
Happy
movie.
Almost Halloween, everybody.
What are your token Halloween movies that you watch and you're like, it is now Halloween? I can
Okay.
smell the pumpkins from here.
Are they in particular order? I don't have like a particular order for them.
I don't necessarily either, but I do have like my gateway movie.
Okay. At least top of the list is Hocus Pocus. Of fucking course. It's Hocus Pocus. What else? Nightmare Before Christmas is a Halloween movie. Fuck Christmas. It is a Halloween movie down. Boots. Houston, I'm deceased. I don't know what else I watch. I mean, like, I like to, like, watch the, like, whatever horror movies kind of come out around that time. So, like, not any, like, particular movie, but I like to watch all the horror movies. Maybe, like, Paranormal Activity I'll watch during Halloween. I really like to watch, like, Ghost Adventures during Halloween. It just gets me in the mood for whatever reason. Or Sam and Colby. Again, like, just, I'll rewatch old videos just because it gets me, like, in, like, the...
Spooky mood.
Yeah. What about you?
So for me, like, it's technically already started, but I haven't done my gateway movie yet. Coraline is always the first movie that I watch.
Good choice.
Because it's a really good Halloween, not Halloween movie. So when I'm, like, decorating my house, I'll put Coraline on. It's usually on a Sunday. It's got to be kind of dreary out. I can't do it when it's a nice day out.
You do, like, a weather spell to, like, make sure it's, like, cloudy.
Yeah, like Stardew. I bring the rain totem, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so that's usually the first one that I watch that, like, really signifies that Halloween is here. But I've already kind of been delving into it's end of, when we're filming this, it's end of August.
Almost Halloween.
And I'm already watching Halloween spooky ooky stuff. So for me this year, the start has been watching The Haunting of Hill House.
That's a good one. Oh my god, that's such a good one.
Yeah, I just finished that yesterday, and now I'm watching Bly Manor.
Is that the second one?
Yeah, a different story. But
Yeah.
Second one. I started with The Midnight Club, which is funny because I don't really remember enjoying it the first time I watched it, but The Midnight Club is a pretty good show.
I tried watching that one because I watched the other two first, and then I watched The Midnight Club,
Haunting
and I
of Hill
didn't
House
finish
was his first
That
show.
that one is so good though. I watched it and I remember like there's one moment where they're in the basement and there's this like figure in the background. I think it's like all white and it's peering around a corner and it's just creepy and it's just fucking sitting there. And I was sitting there watching like, why is no one reacting to that? Like, is that supposed to be there?
Well, in Haunting of Hill House, Bly Manor is the same, but Hill House did it first. There's something like 50 bodies sitting in corners of the room that they never address. Like, you can play a game of I Spy and find all the ghosts that live in that house.
Which I love. That's such a smart idea.
They did it in Bly Manor as well, but they make it more obvious. Like, they actually zoom in and show you where they are.
See, I don't remember it in Bly Manor. I honestly don't remember that one as much. I just remember the ghost woman that would, like, roam the manor during the night. That was my favorite kind of storyline to that, but I don't remember that one as much. I remember the first one a lot more. Because it was, like, they were definitely more hidden, but there was, like, very few. Like, there'd be a guy standing next to the staircase. And I was like, who the fuck are you? You know, like, are you a character? What are you? And like, nobody would like interact with it. Nobody would like talk about it. It just like wasn't there.
Yeah.
Which, like, watching it at first, I was like, what the fuck? And then later when I realized, like, oh, they're meant to be, like, ghosts that are just, like, a part of the house. Oh, such a great idea.
Yeah.
Such a phenomenal
Mike
idea.
Flanagan is a really, really wonderful director, and he creates pretty good content. So I would definitely recommend rewatching The Midnight Club. The Midnight Club is based off of a story from one of my favorite authors, which is Christopher Pike. He's, like, kind of comparable to Stephen King with his works. He was my like gateway into reading novels, and like specifically horror novels. I read Christopher Pike before I ever read any of Stephen King's stuff. That was the loudest vehicle I've ever heard.
Fucking turn your car off.
But yeah, I've been watching that. After Bly Manor, I'm going to move over to The Fall of House of Usher. I'm going to like binge watch all of his shows. As like a really nice introduction into Halloween. But yeah, I would say like Coraline is a big one. Hocus Pocus is a big one. Trick or Treat is another big one for me.
I remember those ones. I don't know if I like
Trick or
that
Treat's
one
just
much.
one.
Yeah, the little like kid thing.
It's an anthology
of just like, if you don't put decorations out, this thing will come into your house.
And each story is like, it's like a Halloween version of what's the Christmas one? Love Actually.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember this movie as much as I thought I did.
Well, like Love Actually, all the stories intertwine, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Trick or Treat.
Why don't I remember that? We watched that together. I think it was like years ago, though.
It's a pretty old movie. So yeah, Hocus Pocus for sure. Coraline, probably like Halloween itself, like Halloween the movie. I feel like there's another that probably like rings true, but I can't think of it right now. I usually just kind of pop through different. Monster House is one of them, though.
Monster House. I watched that one with the kids, like my niece and nephew, to get them excited.
Watch it myself.
I do. I like
don't
that
have
one.
any. I'm a childless woman. I live alone. No, I'm kidding.
By herself. Leo lives separate. It's fair. It's valid.
So yeah, probably those, but Coraline is a big one. That one like sets the tone for me.
What color would your button eyes be if you were Coraline?
I'd keep it tradish.
Just black buttons?
Yeah.
Oh, boring. I'd have like the diamondy ones.
I don't think there are diamondy ones.
Yes, there are buttons. You know, like on an old lady blouse?
Like the shimmery ones?
Yeah.
Oh, and that's kind of iconic.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, if I had to like gouge my eyes out.
Honestly, I would switch based on how I feel, like a mood ring.
Ooh, I like that. You have like a different color for each day of the week. You have specialty buttons, like reindeers during Christmas.
Yeah, and like hearts on Valentine's Day.
Oh my god, that's so cute. Well, if you're gonna be like a weird demon thing, you might as well make it fun.
I think they're lost souls. I think that's what they are.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Sounds like somebody's gotta watch it.
It has been like a decent amount of time since I've watched
I'm
Coraline.
literally praying that Mike Flanagan's going to come out with another show this season, because he always comes out with them around Halloween, like Midnight Mass, Midnight Club, The Haunting of Hill House, and Bly Manor were all around Halloween, and I think House of Usher was a little bit after Halloween.
I haven't seen House of Usher, but I have seen it like on streaming services. I haven't watched it though. Midnight Mass I tried to watch and I just couldn't get into it. Mm-hmm. It was like kind of silly to me. I don't know, maybe I just didn't give it a fair shot, because the Haunting in Hill House was so fucking good, and then Bly Manor was a really good follow-up that I feel like the other ones just like didn't hold up to the same caliber.
I mean, it depends on what you're expecting. Like if you're looking for the ghost story, then Hill House and Bly Manor are that. They're the gothic kind of like sad tell story, but his other works are not necessarily like ghost coded, but they're phenomenal. Like the thing that I really like about Mike Flanagan is he knows how to unfold a story and not show everything while showing enough for you to remain entangled in the story. And he's really good with monologues. Like it doesn't matter who the actor or actress is, and the monologue could be short or long. They're always incredibly captivating based on the writing.
What's like the scariest movie for you? Have we talked about this? I think so.
The scariest movie I've ever watched?
Yeah, like what's a movie you watched and like you peed your pants?
I don't know if I've ever peed my pants, but the...
Metaphorically speaking, of course.
I think the one that's like, the one that stuck with me. So I feel like it's a twofold answer, because there's the one that like creeped me out the most, that I was like, ooh, I'm kind of uncomfortable by this one. And it like lingered. But then there's the one that like, to this day, the idea of it still scares the shit out of me. And I think they're different. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So for me, the movie that probably scared me the most long term was one called Ratter.
Who? Ratter? Ratatouille? Ah, that one scared me too. A fucking rat making my food. My like contamination OCD would never.
You talk a lot of shit for a person who, when I tell you what this is, you're going to be like, yes, that also scares me. It's called Ratter. Ratter. It stars one of the actresses from Pretty Little Liars.
I take back everything I said.
And the premise is there's this girl who you're watching her life unfold, but through the lens of different like cameras that she has in her house. So like one's from her Xbox like camera, one's from her laptop, one's from her phone, and there's somebody, and you're looking through the eyes of a person who is like obsessed with her,
like cyber stalking,
and they're cyber stalking her, and it shows how that unfolds to like a really pretty awful end. That one still sticks with, I still cover my cameras.
You know what? So Sarah and I think we watched that together for the first time years ago. Years and years ago. I think we were just like, oh, this looks interesting. We'll try it out. And I will say that is one of the scariest like movies that actually genuinely affected me too. Like I had a hard time sleeping. And it's not paranormal. It's not like scary in like the traditional sense of like a monster or this thing. Like it's so real of like home invasion essentially. Yes. And like there's, not to like spoil the movie, because I do recommend it to people out there. It actually, I think it's a pretty good movie if I remember it correctly. But there's just a scene where you can see somebody outside of her apartment door.
Yes.
Trying, and eventually like they like manage to open the door, but there's like that like chain lock on it. Oh, it's just like, it's the small moments in there again where like she wakes up and is so oblivious to the fact that someone's just like waiting for her outside, and it's horrific. Yeah. Especially for women. It is scary.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like it taps into, I think, a real fear that people experience. Mm-hmm. And it definitely like changed how I looked at situations.
Do you actually think somebody is like spying on you through your cameras?
Well, I want to say no, but you just never know. So that's why I always like, if I'm watching something, I'm like laying down and I'm watching something and I know my camera's facing me and I like might fall asleep with the camera facing me, I cover my camera.
You know what's funny? I used to do that until I was like, what the fuck? They're just going to watch me pick my nose and then wipe it on like my bed. Like it's not worth it.
Maybe there's a market for that. You genuinely don't know.
If that's the case, if you're watching me through the camera, I'm shouting out to you, FBI agent. If you're watching me through my camera and you're taking footage of me and you're selling it, give me a cut. I'm not mad. Give me a cut though. Come on. I feel like that's only fair. That's my likeness. You can't sell my likeness. Can I sue for that? If I find you doing it, I'm gonna sue. So give me a cut.
You're gonna sue?
I'm gonna sue. Give me a cut. Unless you get, hey, we can make a deal. Listen, I'm flexible, man. Listen, we can make a deal. Let's figure this out together. Let's be rich together. Let's share the wealth, man. I'm just saying. I'll pick my nose even more. Just for you. I'll get 7 double chins instead of 4. If that's what you're into.
Hey, should I leave? Like, I don't really...
Shout out to my FBI agent.
So yeah, I would say that probably was like the scariest in terms of concept. I would say like ones that like really make me uncomfortable while I'm watching them, that don't necessarily like leave a lingering effect for me, would be movies like... Have you ever heard of a movie called Skinwalkers?
First of all, no. So Second of all, I found the name of my new rock band.
Skinamarink is like a song, I think. It's like a kid's song.
Skidamarink?
Skinamarink.
Skinamarink. What does that mean?
I think it's like Skinamarinky-dee, Skinamarinky-doo. Like, there's a song about...
Like, what?
I don't know what Skinamarink stands for. I could look it up.
Can you please? Is it, like, offensive? I don't know. It feels offensive.
Skinamarink?
I don't know. It's just, like, who?
Why would Skinamarink... I don't think it...
I don't know.
Like, you think it's like a slur of some kind?
Yeah. You Skinamarink. I don't know. It sounds awful.
Skin...
like Rumpelstiltskin. What?
Rink.
Rumpelstiltskin.
This is a Spencer podcast. Skinamarink is a nonsense word from a popular 1910s children's song and has no inherent meaning.
Okay, then it's fine.
I'm trying to find the song.
I'm sure I've heard of it, but I don't remember. I think I trauma blocked it out.
I think it's like Skinamarinky-dee, Skinamarinky-doo, I love you.
Oh!
I think it's something like that.
And so, sorry, where did this song come from? It was like in a movie?
1910s?
No. Before that. Like, what were you leading into?
Oh, so Skinamarink is a scary movie that it's really slow, but it's through the perspective of a child who's kind of like seeing the life. It's like a scary story from the eyes of a child. It's kind of hard to explain, but Skinamarink is probably like an hour long. It's like kind of short, but it's a kid wandering a house looking for their parents, and they're wandering like down dark halls, and so you see like figures lingering in the corner, and it's like it's all silent. I don't think there's really any music other than the kid. You're hearing the kid like wander, and like it's like a 2-year-old 3-year-old baby, like it's a
shit.
And it's this kid looking for their parents.
Is this
in
a
this
short
house.
film?
I don't think it's a short film.
I just can't imagine like an hour and a half of a kid just like continuously wandering through like a random house.
A slow pace, or like a lot of people pulled away from it because it's like the plot is kind of like almost a little loose. So here's the concept. It's a Canadian experimental horror film known for its unconventional narrative and unsettling atmosphere. It centers around 2 young children, Kevin and Kaylee, who wake up one night to find their parents missing and the windows and doors in their house disappearing.
Oh shit.
The film explores themes of childhood trauma, loss, and psychological impact of isolation. So the kids are looking for their parents, and it's like shots of like you've seen the kids sitting in a hallway, the doors are open, and they're just sitting there calling for their mom. But it's the presence of like darkness in the doorways that make you feel really comfortable. It's really unsettling, I would say. It's the same feeling that you would get if you're like watching a movie or a show and somebody's standing. It's like the 3/3 of the visual shot, somebody standing on one side, and there's all this open space and just darkness behind them. You're immediately going to look for things in the darkness, right?
Oh, interesting.
It's that in the concept of a movie.
And it's Canadian.
That's
Canadian. Kind of iconic, actually.
So that one made me feel really uncomfortable, and because there's really no sound.
And you watched the whole thing, like start to finish.
Front to back.
Front to back.
Yeah, I did. And it was, it made me feel really uncomfortable. Another one that always kind of stuck with me was a movie that's like based off of a documentary called Lake Mungo. And it's the story of a girl who drowned in a... Sorry, that was my cats. They're playing. Of a girl who... hey, Phineas, too rough! No!
Oh my god, he fucked him up. They're gone.
They like jujitsu each other's ass. It's crazy. Cats are insane.
And his name was John Cena.
And this girl drowns, but then the family keeps seeing her in the house, like a ghost. And so they show like clips of them like putting cameras up in their house and seeing the figure like of the ghost. But it's all a documentary style of this story of a woman who drowns in a lake, and then what happens to the family afterwards. And again, it's this concept of like when you watch like ghost stuff, but you actually see things.
You know what? I love that form of like scary movie. I think we've kind of talked about this before, but there's a movie called Veronica, something like that. It's not English. I think it's Spanish actually. And there's one scene that I remember very specifically where it's like a living room, like a 90s living room with a big box TV. And of course, like, it's silent and just like focused on this room. So your eye is searching for something to pop out. And in the reflection of the TV, you see some, like, a figure moving around that, like, you know shouldn't be there. But it's so subtle that, like, just, like, the goosebumps, the way your stomach drops in that moment, because it's not in your face. It's, like, blink and you miss it.
Yeah.
But it's there. So terrifying to me. Like, in that Skinamarink, did anything ever, like, happen? Or was it just like...
It was kind of the play of your eyes. Yeah, it was like the movie lets your eyes fill the gaps, which is even more terrifying because our imagination is some of the scariest things that you can have, right? I would say, like, a similar experience that I found is, like, and we already know this, we've already expressed this millions of times, that, like, we, you know, are into ghost stuff. There's a documentary, it's like a series that they unfold, but it's called The Haunting of whatever area they're in. So, like, haunting in Storybook Road or whatever, like, whatever space they're in, but it's called The Haunting. And they had one documentary that they came out with, and some of the stuff that they captured was like figures coming up to the window outside and, like, staring in and then disappearing, and, like, they caught some really weird things, but it was the same nature where, like, you're looking at a really big space in a room and you're looking to see where they pan, and then all of a sudden you see a figure, like, move in the corner. And I think that's the thing, like, the kind of, like, unexpected, not necessarily jump scare, but just, like, anticipation that kind of has always freaked me out. So I would say that probably impacts me more than the more, like, traditional scary movies that you would see, where it's like slasher or like The Conjuring and stuff like that. I feel like it's the little things that kind of scare you, and those ones kind of stick with me, of, like, the dreariness of them.
I remember we watched the second Conjuring together, and remembering you're like, you were still living in your parents' house. We were having a sleepover, and the part where, like, I think they look over and there's, like, suddenly, like, an old man in the chair, like, screaming at them. Yeah, that stuck with me. Like, I think you went into your, like, pillow nest and, like, fell asleep, and I was lying there like, I'm gonna fucking die, because I was on the edge of the bed, like, exposed to the world. And I was like, I was sleeping. Like
I fell asleep.
You're like immediately, like, nestled in. I was like, okay, sick.
I mean, for me, it's definitely, like, the face in the corner of the room, or, like, if it's standing behind you, or little things like that probably, like, stick with me. It's funny. I didn't even tell you what we were talking about today, but you set me up so amazingly with this question.
You're welcome.
So, as we talk about Halloween, this episode is a nod to the fact that we're entering into Halloween season. This episode is going to come out probably in September sometime. And I have compiled some stories of my own to read to you.
I'm so excited. Oh, let me get comfy. Oh,
so Spencer read Reddit ghost stories, and they were pretty good, but
they were okay.
We took it so unseriously. Like, we managed to find plot holes in so many of them, but I wanted to lean towards more the, like, spookiness of the unknown. And one of the things that I thought of again, like, what were the things that kind of lingered with me, the things that creeped me out the most about, like, Phineas, shut the fuck up.
The ghost of Cat's
He's creating ambience.
Why is he howling like a werewolf in the moonlight?
That's what he does.
That's his thing.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
When he's being neglected, he'll do that. And neglected, like, he defines it as neglect. We don't neglect him. We take very good care of Phineas. If anything,
he hasn't been touched in 5 minutes. That's neglect.
I haven't looked his way in 5 seconds. So he'll wander out of the bedroom or the room that I'm in and stand in the opposite corner of the house and cry like I've left him in a space and depleted him of love.
He believes he's in the Skinamarink.
Yeah.
That is his
and
reality.
Then I'm like, what are you doing? And I come around the corner, he's like, hi. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for... That's him calling. That's him calling for attention.
That's so funny. He's so dramatic.
We're right here. He could come here and I'd give him all the love and all the pets, but he knows that I need to go find him.
He's a drama king, and we live for that.
He's so dramatic, it's, like, not even funny. Phineas, come here.
He's like, you have to come to me.
No, he'll come. So yeah, anyways, I was like, what are the things that scare me the most? Like, what is the unknown environment that probably shakes me to my core? And we've talked about this before, but forests have always I love forests. We live in Canada. We live in a place where we have forests kind of in abundance right near us. Mm-hmm. But the concept of the unknown, of being in a space that anything could happen, like during the day, everything's okay, but the minute night hits, a forest is no longer a welcoming place. It's a hostile place. And a lot of people have crazy stories about being in different forests. So I found a few.
Okay. Ooh, specifically about forests.
Yeah, all of these are kind of forest-based.
I love that. I'm so excited. I hope this traumatizes me and I never go into nature again.
So yeah, these were some that I found kind of interesting.
Okay. Oh, I'm so excited. Is this Reddit?
Some of them, yeah.
Okay. Not
all of them, but I have 3. So the first one here is called Skinwalker Sighting, a true horror story from the Southwest. I've always been a skeptic. Ghosts, aliens, monsters. They were all just stories to me. But after what I experienced in the Southwest, my perspective of the unknown has been forever altered.
Like the Southwest of where?
Southwest Territories, baby.
Oh, shout out to the territories.
Of the Southwest. I don't know. I don't know where this is. But after what I experienced in the Southwest,
That's how much.
We have to be serious.
Sorry.
But after what I experienced, my perspective on the unknown has forever been altered. I was on a road trip with my best friend, Jake. Shout out to Jake. We had decided to take a detour through the Navajo reservation in Arizona.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Mainly because of the scenic beauty and the rich history of the area. We had heard tales. Sorry, I'm getting giggly. We had heard tales of the Skinwalkers, but we laughed them off. They were just myths, right? Our first day of the reservation was uneventful. On the reservation was uneventful. We visited a few local spots, interacted with some of the locals, and set up camp near a canyon. As night fell, we sat around our campfire sharing stories and enjoying the serenity of the desert. Around midnight, Jake decided to turn in. I stayed up mesmerized by the stars. The Milky Way stretched across the sky, and I felt a profound sense of peace. That is until I heard it. A low guttural growl echoed through the canyon. I froze, thinking it might be a coyote or a mountain lion. Also 2 terrifying concepts.
Yeah, very much so.
But then I heard a voice. It was distorted as if somebody was speaking through a broken radio, but it was unmistakably Jake's voice. Come here, it beckoned. Confused, I turned to our tent. Jake was sound asleep. The voice called out again, this time from opposite direction. I grabbed a flashlight and shone it towards the source. What I saw will haunt me forever. Standing on a ridge was a figure. It looked like a man, but its limbs were elongated, and its eyes glowed a sickly yellow. It wore tattered clothing, and its skin was molted gray. But the most disturbing part was its face. It was Jake's face.
Oh, shit.
I stumbled back, my heart racing. The creature mimicked Jake's voice again. Come here. I took a step towards me. It took a step towards me. Its movements jerky and unnatural. I bolted to the tent, shaking Jake awake. We need to go now, I hissed. He looked at me confused, but the urgency in my voice spurred him into action.
He hissed it?
You need to go now! We packed up as quickly as we could, the creature's voice echoing around us, mimicking our voices, our laughter, our conversations from earlier. As we sped away in our car, I glanced in the rearview mirror. The creature stood in the middle of the road watching us, its yellow eyes glowing in the darkness. We didn't stop driving until we reached the nearest town. We checked into a motel. I spent the night researching skinwalkers. The legends say they were witches who could take the form of animals or people, using their voices to lure victims. I don't know what we encountered that night, but I do know one thing. The stories are real. The Southwest is beautiful, but it holds secrets of the beyond that is beyond comprehension. I'm beyond comprehension right now. I can't fucking read. I'll never set foot on the Navajo reservations again. To all of you reading this, please be careful when you venture into unknown territories. Some legends are rooted in truth, and some nightmares are very, very real.
Damn. Do you think the skinwalkers read this and they're like, what do you mean I was jerking towards you? I just wanted to ask for directions.
Just trying a new makeup look, okay? Go on.
Trying to make friends.
I don't know.
Peace and love. If you came into the tent, if you saw any kind of monster, and you came into the tent where I am sleeping, and you said, if you hit Spencer, we have to get up and leave now. The way I'm looking at you and saying, get the fuck out of my face. I am sleeping.
Really?
I'm not moving for nobody. What's it gonna do? Eat me? Go for it, bitch. I'm not that tasty. I think that's like 2nd degree high.
I think you're a bold-faced liar.
I am.
Because if I told you I just saw something that looked like you but was elongated and twitchy, and we hear "come here" in your voice, I think you would pop up faster than the speed of light and leave me in the dust.
I would be a little flattered. Like, you just want to be me. The Skinwalker's just a hater. Or a big fan. I'm not sure. What if they're a fan of the podcast? Shout out to Skinwalker.
This is the only viewership we ever get.
It's just
self-flattery. I don't know. I feel like that concept is always really, like, creepy.
I mean, I feel like once they start describing the, like, physicality of it, it almost, like, loses me. Like, the voice, I think the voices is enough. If I heard my voice somewhere and there was, like, nobody around, I'd be terrified.
Dude, I don't know. I feel like in real life, like, I like to imagine that I would be the most bravest and, like, boldest beauty in the world, but...
You are.
Thank you. Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe I'm born with it. God knows. But I really do believe that if I saw something like that, so outworldly, so creepy, in the middle of the forest, and all the source of light that I have is the campfire, the way that I would do absolutely nothing and freeze because my brain couldn't compute what I'm staring at. I think if I saw something 10 feet away from me that was just standing there that looked like you and was elongated, no movements at first, the way I would just stare at it.
I'm the same as you.
And I'd just be like, what am I even looking at? The instant it like moved to, oh, I'm leaving you.
You're like, I'm not even waking you up.
I think I'd be a noble person, but I don't think I would.
I don't blame you. You can leave me.
I think I would just scream for you, though. I think I would, like, scream your name.
But this is the problem. Sarah and I could never be in a situation like this because we both, like, fight or flight, neither one. We both freeze. We're both, like, just stone cold. Like, in shock. Our brains need that time to be like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Same thing, like, we talk about ghosts all the time, and I'm like, oh, if I saw a ghost, I'd be like, what the hell? But, like, if I saw a person,
like an actual
standing
ghost
in my house just in front of me, I think I would be like,
my stomach would drop to my, like, asshole.
It'd be gone. Like, it would fall out of my body.
I would throw out my stomach.
But the way that I wouldn't even be able to compute, and I've heard that from people before who've had situations, like real legitimate situations happen to them where they're like, I didn't even know what to do. Like, my brain went into
shock.
An update. The wheel was turning and nothing was happening.
Update shut down.
Yeah.
Restart. Okay.
Yeah.
I think, no, honestly, I don't even think I would have the balls to, like, run into the tent to wake, like, I think I would just stand there. Even if it started walking towards me, I would be like, I don't.
I think I would get to, like, a thing. Like, if it started moving towards me, I'm either running to the car to try and, like, even if I don't have the keys, I'm at least putting a barrier between me and this creature, or I'm putting you and the tent in between me and this creature.
You know what you do? This is what you do. Shout out to everybody. This is what you do. You turn your camera on. Because nothing happens to the cameraman. The cameraman, nothing happens. He will do anything.
That's not true.
And I mean, Cloverfield doesn't count.
I knew it. I knew you were going to catch that.
Cloverfield doesn't count. But nothing happens to the cameraman. My legs are pasty compared to the rest of my body. That's so awful. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I don't know what I would do, but I would be so gobsmacked.
I would probably, like, I would get sick. I think I would just throw up, like, out of just pure shock. I wouldn't know what to do, so I'd be like, I guess this is happening, you know? Like, I wouldn't know. Because in my mind, I'm delusional. And I'm all bark, no bite. For real. Like, in just pure honesty, like, I might say things just for the sake of being, like, funny. But, like, if that would actually genuinely happen to me, like, I would full shut down. I would just
A person, maybe a little different. Even, like, a ghost. But, like, a skinwalker, Like a monster?
A creature. Even if it was like just a human man or woman or whoever just standing there, it could have been a rabbit, and I think I would still just like, nope. Bye, everybody. See you in the afterlife. Peace out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I would do. And like, I'd like to say that I'd be brave, but I really don't think I would.
I don't think I'd ever sleep again. Because like, I'm be like, it followed me. Also, like, what do you want? My skin? Well, you already have it. What do you need? You want money? I don't have any.
Sometimes I just sit here. I'm just going to put this in concept for reviewers. Sometimes I'll just sit here and listen. Just let Spencer speak. Like, the silence of me not interacting with you sometimes provides the most interesting Freudian slips that I've ever seen from you. Sometimes I just won't say something because you don't like silence.
I hate
you fill
it.
space.
Hate
so
it.
she'll just go off. Sometimes I just wait for her to ask me a question.
How are you?
Because she hates silence. And she'll say the funniest things that I never knew about you.
I don't know. The silence makes me awkward because I'm like, I feel like I'm failing at something. I feel like if I'm silent or if there's silence in the room, there's like room for people to like have their brain thought be like, judge, judge, judge. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
I'm gonna turn this way
Sometimes
now.
it feels like we're in a therapy session, hey? Okay, this is the second story.
I learn new things about myself every day.
This is a little different, but very similar of nature. This is based off of the folklore of the goat man.
His bridge. Shane's bridge, actually. That's Shane's bridge now.
So the goat man is like a lore that exists within the States, but also exists in Canada.
We have a goat man?
Mm-hmm.
Where is he?
I don't remember.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay, this one's a little longer. And then if we have enough time, I'll get to the last one. Goat man while camping? What was this?
That's such a
Loved the title.
What is this?
Hey, I'm not really new. I've used Reddit before, but I wanted to make this profile to tell everyone some pretty terrifying stuff that has happened to me in the past. Of all the creepiest, this story takes the cake. If you've read the Anansi's
Nope.
Goatman story, you'll find similarities in mine. I can't believe some stuff when I read it and how it compared to this experience. In 2007, I was with a couple of friends camping. I was 16 and was just with some 16, 18-year-olds on this fun camping trip out in the woods behind some of these guys' houses. We picked up just random guys. You don't even know these dudes. That's the scariest thing.
That's terrifying. That's the horror. That right
Vibing
there.
on somebody's property. We picked a spot in the clearing where it would be a little party kind of site, although I don't do drugs or even smoke weed or any of that.
Boring.
I grew up with that going on all around me, so I tried to avoid it. But nobody brought weed or anything along, I don't think. So we all hung out.
Goodbye.
In this clearing with 3 different tents set up with a fire pit in the middle. We planned to spend 4 to 5 days. It was summer vacation, so we didn't have school. I think this was early August. Anyway, we all decided to hang out in the clearing roasting marshmallows, everyone but me having beers. I sat around making s'mores, and the sun was just beginning to set. We were all having a good time. At around 7 or so, we heard something moving in the bushes nearby, and someone threw an empty beer bottle at the bushes. We heard the smash and watched something climb out the bushes and lumber back into the trees. We thought it was some psycho person, but everyone got a little bit nervous. Later that night, I was asleep in the tent with 3 other people. The only person I knew was my friend Paul. Hey, Paul.
Hi, Paul. Shut up.
Who invited me along. I remember everything being silent, and then I heard a sort of popping sound by the fire. We all sat up. Crawling out, we could hear people in other tents' voices saying, "What the fuck was that?" Paul unzipped the tent, and we crawled out. The fire, which we had put out about an hour or 2 ago, was now roaring with flames. We put it out and thought maybe someone poured gasoline all over the fire and lit a match or lighter, and the fire lit up again. But we never heard the gas pouring or a match being struck. And we also didn't hear anybody running away because we would have heard them. It was at this point there was an awful smell.
Oh.
But I had a stuffy nose and couldn't really make it out. It may have been a skunk, but Paul said one of the other guys said it smells like rotten meat. But we had not smelled it earlier or since.
Those are 2 very distinctly different smells. Like
Yeah.
a skunk, like he's like, who's smoking weed? Not in this campsite. They made that very clear. No drugs.
Why did you go Russian? Yugoslavian. Like, what the heck? Is that what you assume when you think drugs? Is just
no drug.
Okay. Move past that. Some other people began holding their shirts up to their noses as if a pungent smell had just appeared. We were all a little on edge, but I guess some people agreed, fuck it, let's just stay here. Mistake number 1. Nobody brought any weapons to fend ourselves off, but one guy who was about 18 said he had a pocket knife.
Not the 18-year-old.
Also, the pocket knife?
The pocket knife?
Like a little Swiss Army.
Go get.
Like the one that's like the size of my pinky.
Literally. What the fuck's that gonna do? Ow! It scratched me.
Yeah.
It stings.
Like the monster attacks you.
It's like,
okay, come
fine.
on.
Jesus. I heard you had marshmallows. The
Jesus. Our second day here, nothing happened until it became night again. At around 4 a.m., we were all fast asleep and awoken by noises behind our tent. We started to get out when Paul said, "Shut the fuck up for a minute."
Paul's the real one.
We sat in silence listening to the noises, which sounded like voices we couldn't make out. The voices seemed to be coming closer to us, and we quietly climbed out of the tent. The voices still approaching our camp, the 2 other guys in our tent crept to the other tents and woke the other people up, telling them we have to get out of here at once. All 13 of us stood quietly listening to the voices getting closer and louder.
There's 13 of you? There's 13 of you. You're fine. You're fine. There's 13 of you. You're fine. Dude has a pocket knife. You're fine.
One man, one pocket knife. At this point where they had gotten behind our tent, we heard voices stop. But an eerie humming noise was coming from the trees all around us. One of the guys, I think named Ben, who was 17, 18, walked to about 10 feet from the tree line where the voices were coming from, and he said, "Oi, who's there?"
Oi.
Is he British?
Oi.
Oi, it's nighttime, isn't it?
Isn't it? Oi. Get the fuck out. Was that British?
I don't know. And we quietly waited for a response. We heard nothing except distant crickets. He walked back to us, and right then he heard the voices moving away, which to me sounded like Ben had asked, "Oi, who's there?" But it didn't sound like Ben moving away, almost like something was trying to mimic what he sounded like. I could hear the voice sort of crackly and jumpy, repeating those words as it moved off into the distance. Sorry, my chin's itchy.
Oh my god. You're getting, like, nervous.
Got the nervous scratches. We all got back to our tents but didn't sleep. The next day, someone had left to their house to grab something. They came back a little later with a potato gun saying, "We'd shoot the fuck out of this thing bothering our campsite. You didn't go home and then stay home?" Like,
what the fuck's a potato gun?
a potato gun's kind of like a cannon, but it's loaded with, like, potatoes. Like,
Why was that? You know what we need? We need a potato gun.
I don't know.
I don't know. There's 13 of us. Fucking Bill over here has a pocket knife. But we need a potato gun. Why didn't you just go home?
That's literally just what I said.
Like,
They went home and then came back?
And, like, that was only one person. So everyone else is like, nah, we're chill. It was all G.
Just like, you're asking for it. They came back later, blah, blah, blah. At around 7 p.m., not really partying, just huddled around the fire. A girl, just one of 2, stands up, practically pissing herself, and we find out what's wrong. Here's one of the similarities I found with the well-known Goatman story. She said that last night, when we were listening to the voices, there was another person with us. There was 13 of us now, but she insisted that there had been a 14th. Reading the previous Goatman story and connecting that experience later made my butt clenched. We all started to get nervous again, and Ben told us he was going to run back to his house. He and Potato Gun Guy were neighbors. He said he was going to get his father to come out here with a gun and wait.
Go home.
Just go home.
Go fuck it.
You guys have homes close enough that you can run to. Just have everybody sleep over there.
Why are you staying there?
Right?
What are you trying to prove?
Also,
go fucking
you're putting
home.
your father at risk.
With a gun?
Homie works 9 to 5. He just needs some peace. He doesn't want to chase monsters for you.
And even if it was just like a person fucking with them, homicide's not the answer. Just being so honest. Like, a potato gun's like enough, I think.
Someone went with Paul and I, or wait, someone went with him, and Paul and I were talking to each other about how we could leave early if shit got too chaotic.
What? Just go. Why are you even talking about it? Sorry guys, you know what? I'm gonna call it for today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had so much fun, but I'm not comfortable. I'm gonna
You've
go
been
home.
there for 2 days now.
Like, nobody likes camping that fucking much.
Maybe 3. Yeah, so it was starting to get to now. We were in the middle of talking about how we should pack up when we saw Ben standing in the woods. It was clearly him, with his blue hoodie and jeans. He was looking straight at us from about 40 feet away. We didn't know what the fuck he was doing. The person who went with him wasn't standing next to him. It was just him standing alone watching us. It was a 25-minute walk back to his house, but he couldn't have been back 5 minutes later. Everyone got really uncomfortable and people started yelling, "Hey Ben, what are you doing?" But he was just watching us. We watched as he seemed to slink back into the trees.
Like the Homer Simpson meme.
Back into the bushes. Yeah, quite literally.
Can I be honest? I am such a gullible person that I'd be like, "Hey Ben, come play like beer pong with us." Like the way I would this Skinwalker is now Ben. Like he's now my friend. I wouldn't even think twice. I'd be like, "Yeah, man." And then the real Ben would come and I'd be like, "You're the monster." Start kicking the shit out of him. The Skinwalker's helping.
Turns into the 3 Spider-Men pointing at each other. Literally. Yeah. By now people were scared out of their minds, and I was too. Why was Ben being a prick and just staring at us, not doing anything? We decided to pile into one tent and wait.
Go fucking home. How big, first of all, how big is this tent that it holds 13 fucking people, minus Ben or whoever, so 11.
Yeah.
Plus Ben Skinwalker, so 12. But how big is this tent? Just, oh my god, just go fucking home.
Also, it's a tent.
It's a tent. What the fuck are you doing in a tent?
You're not saved by this amount of nylon. You're not really gonna...
That's not how, if anything, you just can't see now.
Yeah, I've seen too many horror movies to know that a tent is not going to be the thing that saves you.
You've cornered yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like draping a blanket on a cat and watching them get out of it. It's just sad to watch.
It's the theory that if you put the covers over your head, the monsters in your room can't get you.
Yeah. Although the monsters are real in this forest.
I thought the monsters in your room are real.
A short while later, the other Ben turned up, and his dad, with another person that went with him, and his dad was holding a hunting rifle. I think I read that weird, but basically Ben came back with his dad and this other guy who was holding a rifle. Ben told him what...
so Civil War.
Ben told him what happened with the voices, and the father walked that way into the trees and took a look around. He said it felt like eyes were watching him from every direction. Paul told Ben's dad that he just saw another Ben standing in the woods staring at us. Ben's dad walked over there and looked around too. He came back and said he could stay with us in the gun, but said he would control it because if we got drunk and started shooting a gun around, we'd probably kill ourselves.
No shit.
He slept in Ben's tent.
What the fuck? Just
go home.
Instead of solving this issue for yourself and leaving this space that is clearly you feel unsafe, you're let's invite more people. Actually, you know what? Let's settle here. This is now our village.
Instead of walking 25 minutes with the adults back home.
Right?
Just let them sleep on the floor.
Go fucking home. You can do anything else. This is probably what, the 1990s?
2007.
2007? Rock band, I think, is still a thing. Just go to someone's basement and have fun,
Yeah.
This is unnecessary. You did this to yourself at this point.
Sorry, I lost my place.
No, it's okay.
Okay. It was our 3rd night here, and it was really creepy. We quietly listened for it being around anywhere nearby. Oh, wait, I already read that. Paul had a funny look in his eyes and started sweating. He later told me that while we were all sitting around, he saw a strange figure moving through the woods, moving its arms around in a strange jumpy motion. At around 2 a.m., we were all going to get ready for bed, and we heard it. It was saying something, but in a highish voice. It sounded like it was saying, "Oi, who's there?"
Wait, who's there? The way I would get so triggered, be "You're mocking me."
Also, the high voice is what they chose, but there's better scary voices. Come on, Goat Man.
It's okay, Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. Elmo. Oi, who's there?
Wait, a skinwalker, but it mimics Elmo is so funny.
So that actually, if I was in the dark alone and I heard that, I'd still be so scared.
I think that would be more terrifying
Right?
somehow.
Completely mocking what Ben had said the night before. Ben's dad tried to pinpoint where the voice was coming from and fired a shot into the trees. The gunshot was loud.
Wow.
So much of this just feels unnecessary. You could have avoided all of this. Also, Ben's dad, you're the logical one here. Why are you the most...
Why are you just shooting at... Like, again, that could just be a person. And if that is, you're committing homicide for no... You could have gone fucking home.
Yeah. Hi, Milo.
Now you're part of a murder trial. Congratulations.
Yeah. Come here.
Hi, Milo.
What's up?
I like that he, like, takes, like, 4 to 5 seconds to consider it.
He takes forever.
I'm not gonna lie, he walked past and I thought he had 3 boxes of Labubos, but it was just tissue paper.
Okay. Yeah, he goes through a lot of tissue paper.
He goes through a lot of Labubos.
Not for the reason you'd think, but he has a lot of allergies.
Period.
Okay. So... Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
It's okay, I keep interrupting.
Hi, Milo. That was a statement. You hear that? He's opening the box.
Yeah.
He's aggressively
Ripping it open.
Aggressively opening the box. Sour Patch Kids.
Ice Pops? What the hell? What the helly? Are they good?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe. Thank you. Oh, I got blue.
Okay. Sorry, I lost my place again.
Reading's hard for Sarah.
Well, it's just like, you keep distracting me, motherfucker.
Sorry.
Right after we could hear a creepy chanting like male voice. I was scared, Paul was scared, everyone was. The chanting sounded like a deep voice chanting, so not multiple people. Underneath the chanting, can you say chanting?
Say chanting one more time.
How dare you? Oh my god. Underneath the chanting, we could hear something mumbling noises. Again, another shot was fired, but I saw what Ben's dad was shooting at. It was a figure crouched low by some bushes. It looked like a direct hit, but the figure did not move. Instead, it stood up, sort of hunched over, and moved back into the forest. We raced back into our tents, and I could hear crying and moaning coming from right behind our tent.
Seriously, like Skinwalker gets shot, like goes back into the bushes, like ow, owie, ow. That really stung.
Oh. Oh my god. All 4 of us in the tent were getting scared, and then I could kind of smell a strong vinegar scent that was very powerful. Then I noticed what looked like fingertips moving along the tent wall and to the door and move down the zipper to grab part of it to open it.
See, that's terrifying.
Paul dove over to the zipper and held it down as whoever or whatever tried to pull it open. Paul and the other guy in the tent started yelling, "Who's out there?" And after a minute, also, the dad just dipped? Where's the dad?
I was gonna say, like, weren't they just outside because the
Wouldn't he
dad
see
shot?
this thing standing at the door of the tent?
They saw it, didn't they? Like, they saw it, like, in the bushes, and then it got away, and then what, did they close the tent and it came?
I don't know.
Dude, describe better. Use your language skills.
After a minute, we could hear a screeching noise as this thing took off into the darkness. We decided to say, fuck the 4th and 5th day, let's get out of here in the morning.
Fucking finally. They were like, actually, you know what? This is terrifying. We stayed for another 47 years. Like, shut the fuck up.
Why are you leaving till morning? Like, don't you guys have a car or something?
If it's not it's a 25-minute walk. Okay, maybe it's nighttime, so, like, fair enough.
Yeah.
But, like, still, like you said, is there not a car? Do you not have flashlights? I would have left, like, I wouldn't have gone. I would have been like, nah, you're going camping? I'm not going.
I don't know. Sorry, I lost my place. Okay, here's the scariest experience of that night. At 3:45 a.m., checking my watch, I had to go pee. Hold it. Since what had just occurred not long ago, I decided I wasn't getting out of the tent, and maybe I could stick my bird out of a small zipper opening.
That's crazy. crazy. Imagine you walk by a little. It's just like a little, and then you just flop it.
Bro, if I was the goat man, the way I would mess with this kid. Okay, hold on. I could stick my bird out of the small zipper opening, and then I pictured whatever it was there biting or ripping it off.
Period.
So I decided to open up the tent, slither outside just slightly, and pee to the side of the door. Rude. As soon as I was finished, I noticed someone by the furthest tent away. I grabbed my flashlight beside my pillow and turned it on and shined it towards the person. It looked like Paul, back facing to me, hunched over by the tent. But Paul was right behind me, sleeping in the tent. I crawled back inside, but kept my light shined on the other Paul. I whispered, "Paul, wake up." And the moment he did, I looked outside to see the other Paul stand up and turn facing toward me and stare at me. I dove back in and leapt under my sleeping bag and huddled there awake as I explained to Paul what just happened. So he wakes Paul up. He's staring at another Paul outside with a flashlight on it, but Paul's turned away, hunched over at first. And then he goes, "Paul, wake up." And as he's telling Paul to wake up, the other Paul stands up and turns and stares at him and is now standing, staring at him. He then closes the door. Paul's awake now, covers himself with his sleeping bag, like the bad guy won't get me, and is muffled in the sleeping bag, telling Paul, "There's a guy out there who looks just like you." And Paul's like up, being like,
"Yeah, you woke me." Like, what?
"He woke me up. I'm exposed. I'm not hiding under my sleeping bag." And now there's another Paul standing outside in front of our tent.
Ignorance is bliss, man. Why'd you wake me up?
Terrifying.
Also, I need to put. So he went out to pee, saw something near the far tent, which is like, if there's no light, that's kind of like crazy. Because like, the forest gets dark at night.
Yeah.
You don't have polluted light to like kind of fill in the buffer. So like, did he crawl back in to grab his, because he grabbed,
I don't know. Why would you leave without your flashlight?
why are you still fucking there? Go fucking home. At this point, I'd be like, you know what? I did this to myself. Hey, Paul.
I guess at one point in the night, I was facing another way and was freaking out, but one of the guys in the tent said he woke up, eyes still half closed as he rolled over. He could see the other Paul looking through the part of the tent flap that didn't close.
That's funny.
He thought it was just Paul coming to wake them up, but realized the real Paul was asleep right beside him. We packed up and left. So I guess that's the creepiest thing that's happened to me. I don't exactly know where the forest was. It was a private property, I think, but goddamn, that was terrifying. I have a couple different stories I can share.
What? That's my response to that. What? Dude, what the fuck? Why were you... Why? Also, okay, if you say we were camping and you woke up and you saw me staring through like the mesh part of a tent and then you turned around and I'm just also sleeping there, what would you do?
Like if I saw you in another area and you were sleeping there?
Yeah, like I'm actually sleeping next to you, but you see like what you think is me, like watching you from a distance.
That's when I think I had one of those situations where I just choose to delete it from my mind and go back to sleep.
The way I would start kicking at the wall of the tent.
I feel like realistically I would just pretend it didn't exist.
Do you think that would hurt its feelings? Or like, oh,
I don't really care. I don't really care.
I honestly, like in that moment, I don't know. I think I would make it everyone's problem. I think I would public announcement, everybody.
But again, you're in a tent, so like...
And is all 13 people plus the dad potentially in this tent sleeping?
No, they're in 3 different tents.
So they only gathered into a tent for like a short period of time.
But at that point, I'm screaming to the other tents. Again, you're covered by a paper tissue thin piece of fabric. You can yell to the other tents, "Hey, there's someone out in front of our tent." Like, that exposes the bad guy pretty damn quickly. But the way that, like, I don't think I would try to, like, run out of the tent if the thing's right there.
Do you just stare at it? You have a stare off and then it blinks and you're like, "Ah, I win."
I don't know. I feel like every time I've camped out and I've been in a tent and I've heard a weird noise, I just stay mad quiet. Like, I just don't attract whatever's out there.
I just don't tend. I just don't camp.
Like, I don't know what I would do. It's an awful feeling to think about, like, having something staring at you under the flap of the tent in the like mesh area.
I think the stare off would be the worst part, because like at any point, like, is it gonna lunge? What is it gonna do?
Well, and like imagine like I think the worst thing would be like, what if it doesn't know I've acknowledged it yet? Should be fine. What if it sees me make eye contact with it?
See, like, I don't...
Like, I move over in the tent and I see it. It sees me see it. Now one of us has to act.
Now you got it. Like, hi,
someone
good morning.
has to do something.
Someone's got to do something.
We can't just look at each other and go,
good night.
Like, I don't know, dude. It, like, that is a terrifying concept to me. But also, I would not put myself in this position.
No, they had so many chances to nope out of there. They're all white. I guarantee it. They're all white. Because why did you stay for so long?
Also, why did your dad stay after he shot some? Like, immediately, if I'm the dad, I'm going, hey, it's the middle of the night, but we're smart enough to know where the direction of the trail is. Everybody rally up, hold arms, let's get out of here. I'm not staying there.
I don't know. I feel like the dad's response to be like, I'm coming, I'm staying, and I'm bringing a rifle from my, like, old war days.
Yeah.
Like, that's diabolical. Because, like, for what? Again, it could be a person fucking with you.
Who knows?
Who knows? But, like, if that's the case, you committed homicide. If it's a skinwalker, I feel like a gun's not going to do much.
Yeah, I genuinely don't know.
Like, what you're pissing it off at that point.
Yeah.
Have you considered not being there? Was that ever a consideration? Let's stay in our fucking flabby ass tent with 12 of us,
And
13.
sleep there.
And sleep there, vulnerable. With no like, first of all, no running water. You don't have plumbing? No. I have to pee in the woods? No. Not happening. Been there, done that. Nasty. Can't clean yourself properly.
Okay.
I'm just mad about it.
I don't know what I would do, but that sounds terrifying.
I feel like the scariest part is the idea of, like, waking up to someone. I don't even care if it's a skinwalker, but, like, waking up to someone looking at you through the tent, just staring at you. The way I don't know what I would do. I would scream.
I would freeze.
I would freeze too. I think freezing would... They can't see me if I don't move.
You're like mid-roll, and then you make eye contact, and you're like... I'm gonna stay like this for the rest of the night. Like, how would you even, like... Dude, I don't know. But this is coming from the same person where, like, when I was a child, I genuinely believed if I covered myself enough, a bad guy wouldn't get me.
Oh, I believe that too. I used to sleep, like, under the covers with just my nose out for, like, oxygen. Like, I slept like that for years until one day I was like, I'm not gonna be a bitch anymore. Yeah,
dude, I don't know. I don't know what I would want to be heroic in my mind, but I genuinely think if I had that situation unfold in front of me, I'm doing nothing.
To be fair, though, to this day...
I'm the one with the with the Swiss Army pocket knife.
I will have, like, cans of, like, beans ready to throw.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I still can't sleep with my, like, bare feet outside of the blanket. I refuse. I don't care how hot I am.
Subconsciously, I'll do it, but the minute I realize I'm doing it, I put that foot back in.
Same. Very much same.
Honestly, I was okay for quite a few years, and then I watched the movie Talk to Me, and in that movie, there's a guy whose foot's, like, off the bed, and there's, like, a ghost woman, like, sucking on toes, and I'm like, that's
crazy.
It. That ruined that for me, for sure.
That was too far, because I was like, why is this happening?
I don't know, but
that's not even...
I don't stick my foot out anymore because of that scene, so that says something.
Ew, imagine waking up to, like, a skinwalker sucking on your toes. Actually, that would be the least of my concerns. That'd be the least of my concerns.
I don't know, dude. Creepy, though, hey?
Creepy.
Very similar stories, but different situations.
Have you ever been in contact with, like, what you might assume to be, like, a mimic?
No.
Or a skinwalker?
No.
I don't think so either.
Thank God.
Same. I don't think I've ever been bothered by such a thing.
No.
At least not that I'm, like, aware of. I'm so oblivious that, like, a skinwalker could walk up to me and I'd be like, hey, man, how's it going? Like,
yeah, it's not like I'm casually walking into the forest every day. Again, I wouldn't even be there for that situation to unfold. I would have gotten the hell out of there day one.
I don't camp. Especially not in a tent. Not in this economy.
Don't camp. Okay, well, that's this episode's...
Wow, that was fun.
That's this episode. Why was I leading into a different sentence from that?
That's this episode.
That's the sentence.
Congratulations. Thank you so much for sticking. If you stuck
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna. Okay, I don't know how we're gonna progress that, but I wanted to give a little Halloween episode, and I thought that let's do the thing that kind of freaks me out more than anything, and that's this. So
Skinwalkers are like more than ghosts.
yeah, dude, anything in the forest.
Interesting. What if it was just like the AI, like Bigfoot on shrooms?
That would still creep me out.
I think I'd be like, you know what? You're chill. I like that they had to preface at the very beginning that A, this is not my first time using Reddit. Clock that. B, there was no drugs. No drug.
I think they had to like prove that because of what they were about to share, though, right? Makes sense.
I mean, sure. I feel like if you like the first time, if you're like, I smoked weed, this happened, like, I'll just chalk it up to like being high. But if it continued, I'd be like, nah, this is a pattern. Like, something's wrong.
Yeah.
But they stayed. Some of that story did not make sense. The rifle is crazy.
It really, yeah, it went from 0 to 100 kind of quick. But yeah, that's the stories this week.
That's this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you stuck by us, if you didn't, Silavo. If you would like to see more of us, you can follow us at the Dysfunctional Duo or _ the Dysfunctional Duo on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Spotify. We post videos every Friday.
True. All true.
This is facts, you know? Yeah. All facts, no printer. We are disintegrating as we speak.
Why did I make that noise?
What was that?
I was trying to go, but I got stuck, and he was like, it's like trying to wink and really fucking up the wink.
Like
it
blinking with
does
both
not
eyes.
be that cool. Does not be that cool. I have to go. I need to eat
something.
Yeah, I'm so starving right now.
So starving.
Okay, guys. We'll see you next week for a new episode, and that's it. That's all. Don't go into forests.
Bye.
Bye.